Hi, I'm Bart Hanson, the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description.
I have a PLO hand and a straddle question.
Okay, so a PLO high hand, okay.
Yeah, we're playing one round of Big O, one round of PLO. This is the PLO round.
Okay.
And the button straddles for 10.
Okay.
It's 1, 2, 5 to go.
Mm-hmm.
5 to come in. So the button straddles for 10. The small blind limps. The big blind limps. I'm in under the gun. I'm 2 off the big blind, so under the gun +1, I guess.
Okay. Plus 2.
No, I might be
Oh.
under the gun +2. I might be.
Yeah.
I'm in middle position.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I have queen 7-4 with the queen 7 of diamonds.
Okay.
So I over limp, and I have about 1,400 to start the hand.
So queen 7-4 with suited to the queen, right? One of them suited to the queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Queen high diamonds.
And how much did you say you had?
Like 14 or 15.
Okay.
About 14, I think.
Yep.
The guy next to me, who's a pretty action player, he makes it 60. He pots it.
Okay.
And he's in the hijack. The button calls, both the blinds call and I call. So the pot's 300.
Okay. So it's like 5 ways, right?
Five ways.
Yep.
$60 each.
Yep. Got it.
And the flop is Jack 5-6 with 2 diamonds.
Jack 5-6 with 2 diamonds. Do you remember which one was the diamond? Just out of curiosity. No. Okay.
No.
So Jack 5-6, 2 diamonds. So it looks to me like.
I think it was Jack high diamonds.
So it looks to me like you've got a queen high flush draw and 7-4, right? So an overpair, kind of up and down, straightening types.
Up and down, the queen high flush draw, yeah.
Yeah. This right off the bat, this seems to be one of these spots where if you can ever get it heads up, you're in a good situation. But when you play, and this is what I learned from Commerce, like, and I don't think you've done anything wrong so far. It's just a lot of people overvalue what happens in these multi-ways types of situations because you can't. I would not be comfortable really getting this in like with more than one person with equal stacks. If you follow what I mean, like if you're
that's the way I was thinking about it, and the other players at the table were kind of like, oh no, and I was just like, well, let me think about it. So,
like say for example, something happened where something happened in front of you where it went like it probably couldn't go this way, but say it came back to you and you were pretty sure that 2 people were going to go all in. Like maybe somebody bet pot and then you checked, somebody bet pot and then somebody raised pot and you knew the first guy that bet was always going to call off. And now you're like, well, I'm getting like 2-1 here. Is this a spot that I go with it? And, the problem of course is that if somebody obviously has a higher flush draw and a better made hand, it's probably going to be close. Yeah, I mean, still 33% equity, but how did you proceed? How did you decide to proceed?
I still have 2 queens,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 6 straight cards.
Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, it's sort of interesting. I'd like to know, obviously I can't do it here, but it would be interesting to know what, if you got it in with, say, pocket jacks and then somebody else having, say, the nut flush draw, and maybe like like a straight draw too, like what your equity would be in that spot.
Oh gosh, it's got to be small, but
it might be larger than you think though, because of your straight draw and your pocket queens. I mean, it might be as much as 20-25%. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's interesting in these PLO spots. Like, if you only need 33%, like you're not killed, I don't think, but you might not have it. That's why I said it was interesting to pop up. So how did you proceed here?
Well, check to me. I checked.
Mm-hmm.
The pre-flop raiser is going to bet this a lot. He's pretty. He wants to get it in a lot, and he's deep. He has 3,000 or 4,000 in front of him.
Yeah.
And he decided he checks, and so I was like, okay, he probably has like black aces or black kings, or like just something where he's going to either check fold or maybe check call. So the button now bets pot. The button bets 300, and he's pretty straightforward. I think he has a made hand of some kind.
So it gets
A
checked to the
set,
button.
yeah, check
Yeah.
to the button. The pre-flop raiser check. So the button now bets, and I don't think he is betting into four other opponents with nothing. He's got a made hand of some kind.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I decided to try to isolate him.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I think that's the play. I mean, that's what I said right
yeah,
off
that
the
is the
bat.
play, right?
Yeah, that's what I said
Okay.
right off the bat. I was like, well,
Yeah,
if you can get this heads up, because Queen
yeah.
Queen 7-4, like, unless he's got pocket jacks and like the nut flush draw, I
And
mean,
he's got to have all four working. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you're gonna unless he has pocket jacks and the nut flush draw, or like pocket fives or pocket sixes and the nut flush draw. Um, how can you not be? It's just. I
At
mean,
least 50-50.
yeah, you're definitely gonna be. I think it's the best way because once he makes, you've got a $300 overlay in there. If they both have if you both have 1,400, it's definitely a high variance spot. But sometimes PLO is fighting over these little spots.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to isolate. It
Uh-huh.
folds to me. I made it 1,000.
Yep.
And then the pre-flop raiser kind of looks back at his hand, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm all in or something." And I
Uh-huh.
think he was just messing around and didn't really even look at his cards too carefully.
Hmm.
And he ended up having the nut flush draw, and the raiser or the better had a set of jacks, so I was toast. And
But
lost the
I
hand.
asked somebody the funny thing is I asked somebody in the chat right now. I asked Pete to go and do the pro poker tools again. I don't know if we'll see if I can get it in here in a second, but I don't know if you're do you remember what the preflop raiser had specifically?
The pre-flop raiser had like ace king 10-9.
Okay, so yeah,
With,
so he had
ace 9 of diamonds.
right. So I mean, obviously that's a terrible call off by him, and that's the hand that you want to get out. But I don't. He says it's very surprising. I'm waiting anxiously for the results here, Pete. But I don't know if you're, but I think I don't know if you're in as bad a shape as you think you are. It might be 25%.
Yeah.
But I think you played it fine. I mean,
Yeah,
you,
okay.
you,
Trying to isolate rather than just call the 300.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, Queen 7-4 against just dry jacks has got to be with diamonds. If the other guy doesn't have diamonds in his hand, I got to think you're at least 45% against that hand. You might even be, if depending on what's out there, it might be a dead 50-50. If you
Yeah.
were just up against dry jacks with like no blockers to any other thing, you might be up again. You might be 50-50 against that hand.
Yeah.
But I would say that you played it definitely fine because, people are saying, oh, 25% isn't great in PLO. Yeah, but he's getting 2-1, and he did the right thing because he was going to isolate it and definitely get into a situation where it would have been at least a flip. And sometimes you might have some fold equity against the button too. You never know. Like, say the button was somehow in there with like pocket fives or pocket sixes, and he thought you had jacks. That happens sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
Okay, good.
Pete, I'm still waiting for you. Somebody put in the results, and I'm still waiting for Ace King 10-9. Yeah, I don't see
And
how
then
Ace.
the button had jacks, and I don't remember what his two side cards were.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I don't understand how Ace King 10-9 can really check call all in there. It's bizarre. So Pete says 20 to 25%, and that's sort of what I thought. But again, like that's not toast. If you only
Right.
need to get 33%. 20 to 25% depending on the exact hand. So, and that's probably like the worst case scenario. So I think that all our assumptions were sort of correct up front. Thanks for the call, Chris. I appreciate it. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA100. Click on the link right there.